Hello everyone. It is October 2nd, 2019, and I got some stuff that I'm working on down here in the basement, and I thought I would share it with you. Not all of it is tech related, so, if that's not something that you're interested in, then, I don't know, skip around the video a little bit. Let's first start over here in the basement. I don't know if I've ever really talked about the rest of this basement in any of the vlogs, but I do have more basement than just this room, obviously. I guess this won't be quite as, I don't know, impressive to you as a viewer because you don't know what it looked like before. But what it comes down to is I cleaned the hell out of most of this place. The only area I really have left to do is all of that, all of the tools and paint cans and crap. Got to go through it, sort it out, get rid of some paint cans, take those to the recycler. But everything else is so much better than it used to be. So this entire area from the fridge kind of over to where the vacuum is, that was all full of miscellaneous things. We've got a toilet down here, which is kind of funny, but from there, that whole corner full of stuff. It's still got some stuff in there, but it's organized and I know what's there now. I guess pretty much this entire walkway, you had a strip about as wide as the carpet through, and everything else was just, the shelf was overflowing, there was stuff all over the floor. It's a lot better now, and I'm really happy it's cleaned up. I actually took a load of stuff to Goodwill to get rid of that we weren't really using. Also, the pantry, again, you probably have never seen this before, but I don't know if I have an example of a place that isn't painted yet, but this was all brown wood paneling. Yeah, I don't have a place that I didn't paint, which I guess was kind of the whole idea, but changed it from that awful color to this nice greenish blue for this room, which is, it's a pantry and it basically is just the stairs to the basement. Oh, hi puppy. Hi buddy. You're a good boy. Yeah. Yeah. Again, hard to describe how different it is now, but having permanent shelving in here that is sturdy and actually attached to something, keeping, some room on the floor free for putting things like, paper towels and food, it's so much better than it used to be. And I can't do a really good job at explaining it because, well, you never saw it before. Hi, bud. How's it going? You got big ears. You got the biggest ears. Yeah. You're a good boy. I'll be right up. Anyway, going back down into the basement here. I guess we talked about all there was to talk about in the rest of the basement. So let's go and go into the lair and see what's going on here. So while cleaning out stuff in the rest of the basement, found a bunch of things I can get rid of and sell. So microwave and toaster oven, gonna get rid of those. These two desks, which I hesitate to actually call desks, and only do because that's what they were advertised as. I'm gonna get rid of those. I bought them, I think, for use down here when I first moved in, but they're so flimsy and so awful and so small that I couldn't do anything with them that I wanted to. So they've just been sitting down here ever since, and I figure I can get $10 a piece for them, maybe. Bought them for $25 a piece. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. I got a bunch of crap up here that I had some rewiring I did upstairs in the entertainment center, so I needed a power cable, some network cables. So that's all down here. Down on the bottom, moved all of the bowling stuff, all of the luggage, moved all of it onto the shelves, which is a lot better than where it used to be, which was pretty much on the floor. got the AC moved in here, finally have a good place to put it, which is just simply down on the ground, not just sitting in the closet upstairs. Pretty happy about that. I guess I didn't realize before I started moving stuff in here that ever since I cleaned up the shelves and the floor, I've got room to use this place for what it was actually intended for, which was storing things in general. Just, yeah, I'm glad to be cleaning up the rest of the house and moving stuff into here. It's all just been working out pretty well. This part of the desk really hasn't seen much action other than if I need something, I dump all the stuff that's on top of it onto the rest of the desk, and then that ends up covering something else, so I move it, and it's a mess. Yeah, quite the mess. Interesting things to talk about, tech-related now. You see an iMac down there. That is obviously just the back of an iMac. It's an iMac G5, and I've got it right here. We'll talk about that in just a moment. On top of it, we've got a 17-inch MacBook Pro from 2000. Let's make sure there's no name on here. Uh-oh. I think I know what this thing's problem is now. And I called this. I told somebody it was going to happen. This is a 2.5 gigahertz Core 2 Duo, the highest end model that they made of the non-unibody. I'm pretty sure, at least in the 17-inch version, was a 2.6. So it's got the slightly slower CPU revision, but my goodness, it is in excellent shape. The screen quality might not really come across on camera, but it is so clear, it's so good looking. Bright, oh my god, it is bright. It is the brightest MacBook Pro screen I've ever seen or used. Oh, we are going to have a problem here. I should turn this off now. The problem I'm talking about is, of course, the battery. When I got it, this thing hadn't been charged for a very long time, and I'm just realizing now that in the past 2 days, the battery is starting to bulge quite a lot, and I'm a little bit nervous, so I'm going to take that out as we speak. Again, I was totally expecting it, but I guess I didn't expect it to happen quite so soon. Let's set the camera down and see if I can angle it back up a little bit. I don't even know how this cover comes off. Oh boy. Oh, she's exploding. Oh my goodness, I can't actually get it out. Well, that is bulgy. I gotta do something with that. I'm gonna put it in a container. There we go. I put it in its own container, and I'll take that to recycling later today. Oh boy. Yeah, it certainly wasn't like that yesterday when I was using it. It was not bulgy at all, but now it's like actively expanding as we speak. Yeah, scary shit. Anyway, now that I got that out of there, this thing will properly click the trackpad now. What I was talking about before that, and I think we'll end on it, is the iMac G5. So I picked up this G5 from, from my old boss at the computer store. Somebody brought it in to have the hard drive, have data recovered because it wouldn't properly turn on, and to see if it was repairable or worth repairing. They, of course, determined it wasn't worth repairing. It's such an old machine. It's a 17-inch 2.0 gigahertz single G5. Not really clear on the specs. 2.0 sounds correct. And yeah, it didn't work because almost every one of the capacitors, I think the 6.3 volt 1800 microfarad caps, almost every single one of them, and there's 25 of them, had exploded or were starting to explode. So I decided to recap it just for the hell of it, and unfortunately, well, it didn't quite work. A couple of the caps, so I've soldered things before, and I have never had so much trouble desoldering something than I've had on this G5. It was horrible. I probably spent 4 hours getting all the caps off of it. And then I tried to install the caps, and I couldn't heat up the solder that was in the through hole, and I couldn't solder the cap on there. So I ended up using a very, very small drill bit that was less than the size of the hole to drill out those ones I couldn't do. Unfortunately, on one of the capacitors, and I didn't realize it till I tried to solder a new cap on, one of the solder pads had ripped off, and I don't think I'm going to be able to repair it properly. So, I mean, it wasn't working to begin with, but I just kind of wanted to get it working and play with it. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem like it's going to be possible. I might try to repair it, see if there's a way to fix a ripped off solder pad, but I'm not that good at soldering related activities, so I don't know if that's going to be possible. So that's it for the G5. It's kind of an unfortunate story. I actually started recording a video about repairing it, and I got to the part where I would be reinstalling the board and testing it, and it doesn't respond to the power button. It just is dead. That's unfortunate. But it's alright. It's not a big deal. It was free, and I can pick up a new logic board if I wanted it for about 25 bucks. No real loss there. And that, I think, will do it for now. I'm gonna throw this vlog on the computer, upload it, and get it out there. Yeah, that is about it for this one. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next video.